Hi everybody. So I'm posting this video in response to the uh, the crisis that's going on right now around the world. So our school has shut down and we've gone to remote teaching, and so we're trying to make it through to the end of the semester. And This particular video is directed to students who are in my hardware and networking class, the CMST 250 class. And I just wanted to greet everyone and say, how's it going? We're hunkered down here in our home, my family and I. We're all safe and healthy, and I hope you all are as well. Looking forward to getting class going again, even though it's going to be at a distance, and we're not going to get back together in person this semester. We're going to find our way through this. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I like interacting with students online in various formats. You've seen some of my videos before. You've probably seen my social media presence and website and different things. So this is kind of familiar territory for me. But I wanted to reassure everybody that's in the hardware and networking class, we can do this. We're most of the way finished already, but I just wanted to point out that we have three major things that I'd like to accomplish here before the semester ends. So there's a new topic that we haven't talked about yet. And that's the topic of subnetting. And if you've talked to someone who's taken this class before, they might have given you a heads up that subnetting can be challenging, and it is. But it's you're all intelligent college students, and so I know you're up to the task. That we'll figure it out together. But I think it's kind of like a puzzle. It's pretty fun once you start figuring out how it works. But it's an essential topic for networking technology. So we'll spend some time on that, and you'll understand how networks work better in the end. So, and then in addition to that, we also have our video research project that we've been working on pretty much since the semester started in one way, shape, or form. And so I want to remind you that if you haven't been working on that, go ahead and resume work on that. You need to continue your research. So now we probably don't have access to a physical library anymore. Not that a lot of you were using that resource to begin with, but you still can use the K-State library databases and internet resources, anything that you can find out there that can help you finish your project. And I'm willing to help you. We still have access to the librarians, and they can help with your research project as well. But you should be continuing your work on that. If you've took spring break off and you've taken this week off, it's time to start taking a look at that and seeing where you can pick up where you left off. The specifications for the research project are still on Canvas, and I don't anticipate changing what that looks like. Granted, I'm making an assumption that you have access to some form of video making tool. At a minimum, it would be your cell phone, but you may also have a PC at home or a laptop or some form of platform on which you can do video editing. You may have to change your plans on what your video is going to look like based on the technology that you have available to you, but you can contact me if you have questions or concerns about that. But yeah, I'm still looking for a 2 to 4 minute video on your topic that you've already selected relating to networks and internet. Then finally, the third big thing that we have to look forward to this semester is the final exam. I'm still planning to do a final examination. We discussed in our face-to-face class about doing open notes on that, and I'm fine with you doing open notes. You can review any video lectures that I post between now and then. You can use those as a reference. Actually, I'm going to just say that it's open notes, open world. You can take the exam and use any resource that you can find online, or any books, any notes, anything that you have. The only thing that I would ask you not to do is collaborate with one another. I want you to do your own work and try to take the exam on your own, but using any available resources that you can find online. And so, yeah, it'll be a computer-based exam that you'll have to go to Canvas and complete. And there will be a time limit, but hopefully you'll be able to easily complete the exam in half of the time that's allotted for it. So a regular final exam is allowed 2 hours, and generally students who take the paper version of my exam get it done in a half hour or so. Just like we saw with the midterm exam where you had an hour, most people were done in 20 minutes or so. But I do plan to do a final exam, a computer-based exam on that. Let's see, what else is there? Okay, so those were the three main things that I want to accomplish this semester. Also, there's the lab component to the class. I don't want to fully abandon labs. I realize we don't have access to our physical lab. So I intend to have 2 additional labs that I think you'll be able to accomplish at home, provided that you have access to some sort of computer. So if all you have is a cell phone, then we may need to visit, or a tablet device. That might be a problem completing both of these labs that I have in mind. But if you have even a very old computer, it doesn't need to be really up to date. It just needs to be a computer that has some internet access on it, a network capable computer. And you should be able to do these 2 labs. So what are they? One of them is Apache Web Server, which if you're in the studio class that's related to this networking class, you may have already seen Apache when we were doing it on Raspberry Pi. I want you to try setting up an Apache Web Server on another platform, whether it's a Windows PC or a Mac or whatever type of computer that you have access to. And then the other lab is a packet sniffing with Wireshark lab. I think that's really helpful in understanding the OSI model and how networks work by doing some things with Wireshark. And so, but those are the 2 things that we're going to do in as far as lab activities. Any other labs that we would have done require our Cisco gear, and we're just not going to do those. So. But that's, in a nutshell, that's what I'm planning. I'll give you some more details as far as participation, expectations. I'll post all that on Canvas. But I do expect to hear from you at least weekly. I want you checking in. What I'll plan to do is I'll give you a week's worth of assignments and post a due date and give you like a week to work on things. And then we'll go from there. So you'll need to sign in and check into Canvas from there. But there'll be some other activities too. Some will be optional and some will be required. But we're going to get through this. It's going to be fine. It's actually probably going to be fun because we're studying networks and now we're really using networks to get the job done. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the online version of this class, and I'd like it if everybody would just drop me an email, tell me that you've seen the video, that you're ready to resume class, that you're back with us, and I'd like to hear from everybody. And I hope you have a great week, great weekend, and we'll hit the ground running starting next week. So take care and stay tuned, and we'll get some more information to you as it becomes available.